Greetings, salutations, and beyond Venu. My name is Joe Bruschetto, and this is your memory card news for the week of July 19th, 2018. Sitting behind the desk today because I want to put up that banner. I worked so hard on it. It hasn't been in a single video since the intro, so here we are. Also, sorry about the construction happening outside my apartment. I was sitting here right before hitting record thinking, what can I do about that sound? Nothing. Literally nothing. Anyways, on to the news. Our top story this week, mobile game spending grew to $26.6 billion in 2018. That growth is 19% more year over year. And this is just for the first half of 2018, according to a new report from Sensor Tower. I haven't heard of the highest grossing titles before. They were named Honor of Kings, Monster Strike, Fate/Grand Order. I think I heard of that. I think it's like a gacha game. The most downloaded titles, PUBG and Subway Surfer, which are games I think are a little more, people are a little more aware of. This kind of goes off, I saw Pokemon Quest also hit 7.5 million downloads a little while ago, which I thought was really cool. It does kind of feel like mobile gaming is having this sort of renaissance this year, not only because of the titles mentioned in the Sensor report, the Sensor Tower report, but, you know, Fortnite coming to mobile, really just adding to how culturally monumental that game is. This game, Florence, one of my favorite games of the year, coming to the platform. We kind of had games like this, I think games that were fun, like Subway Surfer, like Jetpack Joyride, and also games that kind of hit hard, like Device 6, Monument Valley, really artful games. We all got those, like 2014, 2015 is when they really came into at least my conscious, but it feels like we're back in it. Like there was kind of a lull. People were like, mobile gaming's dead. I think it is definitely hampered, but you know, it kind of feels like it's still beating. Oh, and also Pokemon Go, how can we forget about that? That's really having its own kind of renaissance this year as well. I heard Pokemon Go Fest, really successful over last year when it was a disaster. Anyways, Uncharted fan film drops this week starring Nathan Fillion. He was kind of teasing it late last week, like, oh, something's going on, and something, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it had to do with, like, people knew it was Uncharted, and the video came out on Monday. Super cool, like, I think only like 8 minutes long. I kind of felt like Nathan Fillion ran a little funny, like he, like, very, like Tom Cruise hands, but when it came to, like, acting as Drake, like the mannerisms and everything, he really nailed it, like how he spoke, how he acted with friends and with Sully and, you know, with enemies alike. It was just very, very awesome, I thought, and I would love to see more projects like that. And I want to pose the question to you. Do you have any suggestions for any fan films? Like, who would you want to see play your favorite video game character in a fan film? Let me know in the comments below. Developer Xaviant is pulling the Culling 2 from storefronts after only a week on sale. The devs called it, quote, not a worthy successor. This is the story that just, like, you know, makes you go, woof, this week. I knew it was, like, generally lackluster. Like, I'd only seen a couple of reviews, and people were very down on it. A lot of the reviews were saying, like, it's hard to even find a game. There are not people here playing, and, you know, it's such a big map that when you do find it, it's never full, and it just kind of sucks. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, whatever. But, like, apparently it was that bad that the developers needed to pull it. They've not only pulled it, but they have pulled the original Culling, that kind of like a game as a service type of deal. They reverted all of that back, so now the Culling Vanilla is what's live now. I'm not sure how old that is, but, like, that's what they're selling while they kind of take it back to the drawing board. And, you know, I really just feel bad for the team. And Josh Van Veld specifically had to do the video announcement, director of operations, I think. Because if you watch that video, you can just see that there's no light in the back of his eyes. I don't know, presumably the team are clearly drained from this development to have such a terrible launch. It's just got to be like so stressful and so demoralizing. And I feel for him. Like, my thoughts go out to you, I guess. And I'm just interested to see where this goes. It's kind of an interesting story. Hamlet comes to Overwatch on July 24th. No, not the Shakespeare play. The cute little wrecking ball hamster boy. From what I can tell, a really weird hero. Really messes with the mobility of the game and the flow of the maps, which I think would be interesting to kind of see how that spices it up. But I kind of want to pose this question to you guys as well. Is, if you are a lapsed Overwatch player, is a new hero going to get you back into the game? Because, I don't really see any way I could get back into it, especially, new heroes. It's like, oh, cool, they're neat, they're interesting, and, they're like the characters Blizzard has already created to me. But, I am happy to see the support, even if it is unsurprising because it is a Blizzard title. I also wonder, you would think they'd want to stabilize it, because I feel like the Overwatch League is what's really pushing Overwatch forward now. So to be adding new heroes and to spicing up the meta, I guess that does make it more playable for the general audience. But I don't know. Overwatch, I feel like, is in a weird place, at least for me. I would love to hear more about it. Also coming out on July 24th, No Man's Sky. Big update called Next. There's actually been a lot of buzz around this update, as it adds the multiplayer everybody's wanted, and this update kind of looks like the trailer from the Game Awards back, oh god, what year was that? Was that 2014 or 2015? Somewhere around there, which is kind of like one of those infamous games where it's like, we promised so much and we couldn't deliver on it, and really, I think, caused fans in the modern sense to really check expectations. So this, I don't know, this update to me, it seems like it's already passed me by. I played No Man's Sky vanilla. I got it the day it came out, because not necessarily because I was interested in the game, but I was interested in the buzz around it, and people weren't really sure what to think of it. So I was like, all right, I want to check it out. I wanted to be a part of the conversation, and I felt like burning the money to do that. So joke's on me, but I actually have a list of games going that I need to pick up, and this is actually on it, so maybe the update is doing what it needs to do. But I think it's an important title from this generation for the buzz and in the zeitgeist. Maybe the update will actually make it fun. Who knows? Pokemon Go teases 4th generation of Pokemon. This is super exciting. Gen 4 is my 2nd generation. And Pokemon has always been, very close to my heart. But I have fallen out with Pokemon Go because of just where I am. I lack the community aspect of I think what makes Pokemon Go so magical, what made Pokemon Go Fest such a big event this year. And that, it still happens occasionally where I am, but just not with my circle of friends. But I would be down to pick it back up and get back into it. I want to complete my Gen 3 decks, or get as many Pokemon as I can. And Gen 4 would be sweet. Moving right along. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to receive further updates. This was such a cool Nintendo-ass story. This detail dropped in this little PR video. They were talking to the new president. They're like, oh, what do you like about... I can't even remember the question. But he was talking about how Labo now works with Mario Kart 8. And he's like, oh, I'm super happy it does that. And we're like, of course you are. It's going to make you money. Ah! But he's like, stay tuned for further updates on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And everybody's like, wait a second. What? I think it'd be super cool if we could get more characters, more tracks, DLC for Mario Kart 8. And I mean, it's got to be one of the games with the highest attach rate on Switch, I would imagine. It had a 1 to 2 attach rate, or a 50% on the Wii U. So give us the goods, man. I'm skeptical about it, but I am hopeful that we get more stuff. I just think it could be a slip of the tongue, we're not actually making new stuff. We're just gonna keep talking about the game, so you keep buying it, but we're not giving you anything more. But fingers crossed. Last story of the week. Chance the Rapper slams Fortnite dance emotes on Twitter. This was cool. Chance was mad that Epic isn't supporting the creators that made the dance emotes that they're all based off of. And I think he suggested playing the songs behind the emotes, which would be really hella cool actually, because it would, instead of just paying the artist to use their dance, you license their song so they make money, plus they get notoriety, like people hear their song and listen to it. And I mean, I imagine that could be even cheaper than just paying like royalties or something. And this kind of comes in lieu of Epic taking a smaller cut from, or like giving more back, I should say, to assets they grab from the Unreal Store. They're like, we are making hand over fist money right now. We can, spread the wealth, essentially. And I can't pontificate too much on, like, whether the dancer should or shouldn't be. I'm not, like, a crusader for creator rights like Chance is, obviously. Obviously. But I definitely think that particular issue has gone overlooked throughout all of Fortnite's, meteoric rise. Like, there's a lot of things about how it has become a cultural touchstone, and it has taken a lot of the best parts of pop culture and kind of infused it into the game, more or less. And I would love to see them spread the wealth. I'm sure most people would too. Anyways, let's talk about the games, the here and now. Out from last week, Octopath Traveler. I've put in 25 hours. That game is so... I hate that I love it, because it is such a game that's like, says nothing, doesn't progress the medium in any way, doesn't even offer anything new whatsoever, but by God is it beautiful, and the combat's so addictive. So, am I going to spend another 25 hours? Yeah, probably. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker also came out, Switch and 3DS last week. I think I talked about it last week. It looks like a good game. I'm hearing great things. Apparently the controls are much better now on Switch than Wii U, which, of course, why wouldn't it be? I think that's pretty much it for any game that was on the Wii U that's also now on Switch. I'll probably pick that one up when I travel to San Francisco in a couple of weeks. Woo-woo. And finally, Pool Panic came out last Friday for PC and Switch. That Adult Swim game that looks really funny. I want to try that out, but it's probably going to slip through the cracks, if I'm being honest. Coming very soon on July 24th, Banner Saga 3 is coming to all major consoles, the conclusion of the Banner Saga trilogy. I never played a Banner Saga game, but I'm a big Fire Emblem fan, so I'm thinking about trying to pick up the trilogy and go through that. We'll see. Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2, also coming out July 24th to all major consoles. That game, I never played Mega Man X either, but I've been a big Mega Man fan, specifically the Battle Network games on Game Boy Advance. Listen, you can hate me if you want, but who doesn't like the Blue Bomber? My car is actually called Mega Man because it's my first blue car. There was something else that came out, but I didn't get time to write it down. So that's the way it was for the week of July 19th, 2018. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned to Memory Card's YouTube channel. Updates are coming soon. We are changing up the formula. The secret sauce is getting a new spice. And until then, stay frosty.